Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas shortly. If you are listening the same week that I'm recording, then Christmas is like just a few days away. So that's super fun. You will notice today that my voice is scratchy and not my normal, exactly sounding voice. Yeah, I have been under the weather, but I am on the mend, feeling better, and I sure hope I didn't share it with anybody else. That is the kind of pre-Christmas junk that you do not want to share with anybody. So anyway, but I am feeling pretty good. Just my voice is still feeling the effects of the sickness that I've had recently. So today I'm very excited because I get to talk about one of my really fun resorts that I stayed at just recently in the Cancun area, actually south of Cancun, which was the Barceló Maya. Let me jump in and let's talk about the Barceló Maya Riviera Grand Resort. That is the official name. The reason that they call it the Grand Resort is because there are actually several smaller, well, regular size properties, but they all share this huge Barceló Maya complex area. And it is beautiful, beautiful stretch of beach. It's just a gorgeous area and property to visit. So that's what we are going to talk about, the Barceló properties in the Riviera Maya area. Now, if you're not familiar, the area south of Cancun is called the Riviera Maya because it's just this gorgeous white sand beach, this huge long stretch of beautiful resort properties all along there. So, and one of them is the Barceló Maya complex. So we're going to jump right in and get started to talk about these Barceló properties. There are 6 properties altogether. This map that I'm showing is an old one. It was from 2019. So it's a really old map, but it's, I guess, effective because it just shows where everything is. You can see all along the beach, there are all of these properties. The 4 in the middle are bookended by the 2 luxury, a little bit different properties. And that's kind of what we're going to get into and talk about. So from south to north, the names of the properties are the Barceló Riviera Maya, the Berceló Maya Beach, the Barceló Maya Caribe, or Caribe, I've heard it said. Then in the center of the resort is where the dolphinarium is, the spa, the surf rider, the water park, the mall. And then on the other end is the colonial, the tropical, it's all Barceló Maya Colonial, Barceló Maya Tropical, and Barceló Maya Palace. Just wanted to correctly call them the correct names. This picture right here that I am showing is from the mall area that is in the center of all of the resort. So there's, like I mentioned, there's 4 in the center. That is the beach, the Caribe, the colonial, and the tropical. And then on the 2 bookends are the Riviera and the Palace. As you first pull into the resort, if you you're kind of center-ish, and so you can kind of go one way or the other, depending on which way your resort is. So the 4, I guess, more moderate properties are in the center, the Barceló Maya Beach, the Caribe, the colonial, and the tropical. You can stay at one and play at all of them. In fact, a lot of times it's very common to book one of them, like you think that maybe you're booking the Barceló Maya Colonial, for example, but when you go to check in, they actually check you into one of the other 4 properties, one of the other 3 that are there, just because they're so interchangeable. The rates are all interchangeable. The rooms, the stays, everything's interchangeable. So just depending on availability, they kind of just put you where they want to put you. But if you want to stay at a certain one, like based on our conversation or based on kind of what you've heard, or even if you stayed there before and you want to stay at a different one or the same as where you've stayed before, please let me know, because I totally have influence with the people who make it happen, and I can make sure that you are in the property that you want to be. So these 4 are interchangeable pretty much as far as all the amenities, and stay at one, play at all of them, eat at any of the restaurants, play at any of the pools, do all of the things throughout this whole area. And that is part of what makes these properties so fun. So just a few little things to know about. If you want more of a quiet property, then I would go with the Barceló Maya Beach Resort because it's usually the quietest. They have a few small pools there. The beach and the Caribe each have one a la carte restaurant, meaning a sit-down reservation restaurant, plus a buffet. The beach and the Caribe also have sandier beaches with really nice sandy ocean floors. That is because they were the first two that were built in this Barceló complex. And so they got these great primo locations. And so they were the first two. Then the Colonial and Tropical were built right after that. They each have two a la carte restaurants plus a buffet. So between all of them, you've got four different a la carte restaurants with four different buffets between all of them. So, and you can go back and forth and eat at all of, no, sorry, not just four. You've got six, right? Sorry. My math is not very good today. Feeling like my brain is slower because I've been sick. So anyway, all right. So you've got six restaurants plus four buffets to eat from between all of those properties. So I have to say the majority of people that I send to this resort, they stay at one of these, the beach, the Caribe, the Colonial, or the Tropical, and they have an amazing time. So with the Colonial and the Tropical, the nice thing is they have two a la carte restaurants each, plus the buffet. Their beaches are a little more corally. They have a little more coral on their beaches. So not quite as nice and sandy. They're all beautiful beaches. But if you are wanting to snorkel right from the resort, then you would probably go snorkel in front of these two areas. So that's kind of a fun thing for that. Here's just a picture of what the rooms look like. When I went through and took pictures, it was nighttime. And so you'll see that my pictures, like looking out of the balconies and stuff, it's just pitch black because it wasn't in the middle of the night or anything. It was only like, I want to say it was maybe 6 o'clock at night, but it was dark. And so anyway, so all of the room windows it just shows dark. But anyway, so this is what the rooms look like. They're pretty, just pretty basic. They're not super luxury, but they have all the things you need in them, and they do a good job. The resorts also have theme nights for their buffets. And so here is just a list of kind of what to expect. They have different theme nights on, at different resorts all throughout the week. So for example, if you arrived on a Monday, you would have a theme night of seafood at the beach and Caribe, or you would have a theme night of Mexican at the Colonial and Tropical. The two Palace resort options, if you were staying at the Palace, then on Monday you would have the Oaxaca theme night, and if you were staying on Monday, you would also have the option of the seafood at the other buffet. So anyway, as you look through these charts, you can kind of see that there's different theme nights depending on what night of the week you're on. So that's kind of fun. Okay, at these four resorts, they also have a premium level upgrade. Now, you will always know, you may be wondering, how do I know if I'm getting a premium or just a non-premium? You will always know because the room is labeled premium pool view, premium oceanfront, premium, whatever it is. So you will always have the word premium in the room when you book. And so then you will know that you're getting the premium amenities. So some of the premium amenities, if you wanted to upgrade, personalized check-in and check-out, you get this exclusive concierge service, rooms with the best views in the premium level. Now the premium level has been updated and upgraded amenities and things like that more recently than their other rooms. And so they're a little more upgraded and modernized. There's a VIP mini bar in the rooms, superior toiletry items, turn down service. You get priority when you're making reservations at the restaurants. And you also have unlimited restaurant reservations. You also, with the premium rooms, you have exclusive use of the premium lounge and premium drinks, And then room service, that is another perk that all of the standard rooms don't have, is 24-hour room service. You also receive a 20% discount in the spa and on beauty services, and a 10% discount at the Barceló gift shops. And I got to, I guess, enjoy. So I was only there at the Barceló for a couple of nights. And so I didn't get to enjoy and do everything that there is. There's just way too much to do at the properties. But I did really think it was great because I was staying at the Riviera, which I'll talk about in a minute. But even at the Riviera, I still had access to these premium services, all of the premium services. And so I noticed when I went to buy a couple things at the gift shops that I had the discount. So it doesn't matter which gift shop or any shops, like any shops in the mall or anything that you shop at, you get the 10% discount. So it's really nice. Okay, here is a picture of a premium room, and you can see that it is, just a step up, just a little nicer. Things are more upgraded. So, okay. Now let's talk about the Berceló Maya Palace. So the Berceló Maya Palace is on one end. Remember how I said the four are in the middle? On one of the ends is the palace. It is a family-friendly resort, but they're known for exclusive luxury. And so they are really just a step up from the other four properties that we've just been talking about. They have 3 a la carte restaurants there on their own, a Brazilian, a French, and a Caribbean, plus a buffet. They have access to all of the amenities at the whole complex. The whole Barceló complex is open to them, so you can eat at any of the buffets or any of the restaurants in the whole thing. Just know that since it's a family property, the kids can't go like to the Riviera and eat there. Only the adults could. There are 3 large pools here, plus they have a child's water park, and the rooms are really luxurious with these nice big balconies and terraces on them. So the palace is just a beautiful property. It really is lovely. And then on the other end is the Barceló Maya Riviera, and that's the adults only property. That's where I stayed. They have 4 specialty a la carte restaurants, plus the buffet. So they have French, Italian, Japanese, which is including a teppanyaki and a sushi bar. And then they also have a steakhouse and access to all of the amenities across the entire resort. So all of the other properties, you have access to everything. And every room at the Riviera is an oceanfront suite, and they have hot tubs on the balconies. So this is just, I took a picture of the balcony, my balcony that I had when I was there, and you can kind of just see it's really beautiful, beautiful view. The rooms at the Barceló Maya Riviera, this is the newest property of all of the Barceló ones, and they're really kind of a minimalistic contemporary feel to them. The king size bed, I have never, ever, ever experienced or seen a larger bed in my entire life. They're like these extra large king size beds. It was like amazing. I felt like, how normally a regular king size bed, you have enough room for you and whoever else is sleeping there, and you have plenty of room. But this one, I felt like my husband was sleeping like a whole huge bed length away from me. I could hardly even find him in the bed. It was like crazy how big these beds are. They're just so wide and big. Anyway, funny. But yeah, really nice decor, nice rooms, just very kind of minimalistic. In contrast, I wasn't staying at the Palace Resort, and I was looking back through my pictures, and I didn't have a whole lot of pictures of them. I should have taken more pictures, but at the Palace Resort, it is decorated in more of like a colonial Mexican kind of warm tones and things like that kind of feel. And so they do have a very different feel. The Riviera and the Palace have a very different feel from each other. But anyway, why would you stay here? Well, I've just included on this page, I've just included a few pictures of some of the reasons why you would stay here. They've got great pools and water parks and beaches. They've got a mall. There's even a little carousel in the mall, a little, merry-go-round carousel, and this huge sports bar that was like really amazing that's in the mall area. There are so many things to do. There's a whole area where you could play or bring your kids to play video games. There's, like I said, this amazing sports bar, all these shops, these fun shops in the mall. There's a huge spa and fitness center. There's a huge variety of restaurants and bars that we've talked about. There's a dolphinarium right on site. There's a water park. There's kids clubs. I mean, there's so much to do at the Barceló Resort with all of the amenities and things that they have here. So I love it for families and for adults. It would be a perfect getaway for either. And I send, honestly, so many people here. It's just because it's just like this really nice all around, kind of ticks all the boxes. So I love just the option of being able to send someone to this resort. And sorry, I'm going to stop sharing. There we go. I love the option of sending somebody to this resort and having so many things like right on site. It also is very centrally located. There are some cenotes that are super close, and they've got, if you talk to the concierges at the resort, or you can ask me even beforehand, there are some shuttles and some buses that will take you right to some really close cenotes. If you don't know what cenotes are, they are these underground caves and pools that are just naturally formed in the area. And they're really fun to go swimming in and to go check out. So they're really close by. It's also really centrally located, nicely located for a lot of other excursions in the area. Like if you were interested in seeing the Mayan ruins, or if you wanted to go to one of my favorite, I guess, parks that there is in the area, which is called Explore. It's close to that. It's a really great area. So I love the properties. They are fantastic. They have everything from, a fairly really accessible price range to, something that's a little more luxury and a little step up. And so depending on whatever you want or are looking for, it's here. It could be here. So this might be a really great option for your next trip, your next all-inclusive vacation in the Cancun area. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I know this was a little short. I was trying to be kind to my voice, and hopefully in a couple of weeks when we talk to you, everything will be all healed up and I'll be totally back to normal. So anyway, have a great holiday if you are listening to this at Christmas time, and we will talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thanks.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, I would invite you to like, share, or leave a review. Let's help grow our wellness travel community.